You asked me, Chris Brockman, last hour if there was an unlockiest lock of the week all season long. I think I hit on one of them. And it's like horseshoes and hand grenades,
you've
obviously.
Come close.
I've come very, very close.
Very close.
Very, very close. Where it had started where I said that the Bengals would beat the Chargers in week 1. And as we all know, the Bengals had something teed up to win that game. And A.J. Green was called for offensive pass interference. And then Randy Bullock hurt his hamstring or something, cramped up for the game-time field goal. And everybody thought maybe this is a different season for the Chargers where an end game actually was working. Their winning quarterback that day was Tyrod Taylor. So here he was going to go, and Justin Herbert was going to get some time to watch and learn. And then the next week, Tyrod Taylor got an injection before kickoff, caused a partial collapse of his lung, and then the ultimate collapse of his tenure as the starting quarterback of the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert, one of the best in the business now. Crazy things happen, huh? Never know.
Comes at you fast,
Correct.
man.
It is not for long. At any rate, the reason why I bring all that up is I came very close there. You said you gave me some options for me for this weekend. If I had to choose one right now.
Here are your options, Rich.
I know.
The Colts are about a touchdown now, underdogs.
I don't have a feeling about that.
Washington, 8-point underdogs at home. The Bears, 10-point road dogs. And the Browns, 6-point underdogs in Pittsburgh. Those are your options.
I don't understand why the Titans are dogs at home.
Titans are 3-point home dogs. Their defense is not good.
Defense
not good. Not good.
I understand, but the Baltimore offense
has been good,
but
not in the playoffs.
Who did they finish up against? You know what I'm saying? Like who did the Ravens finally?
I mean, they beat up on bad teams. They beat up on bad teams.
But those were the teams that they were supposed to beat, which is better than the previous part of the quarter of the season when they were losing to teams that they should have beaten, and the offense wasn't performing very well. J.K. Dobbins was kind of a difference maker, that kid. He turned things around and then opened things up for Lamar. That game against the Browns was dynamite. And that springboarded them into the playoffs. But you're the king of, like, you need to see it from Lamar in the playoffs, Chris. I do.
I am that king.
You're the biggest Lamar naysayer when it comes to January Lamar.
Baltimore's going to win.
That's why I'm wondering why enough people think the opposite to the point where they're the favorites to win. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm very nervous about this game.
I think the desert is looking at, they're averaging 35 a game the last 5 games. Run offense has been spectacular. Titans defense, not great. If this game gets into a shootout, they kind of like the Ravens.
All right, well, I wasn't planning on doing this, but you talked me into it, and Don Bowie's got the drop ready, so hit it. Go ahead and hit it.
Lock it down. Or maybe leave it wide open. The unlockiest lock of the week.
You better lock it up. Okay. Yeah, super wild card weekend. Well done. It's the super unlockiest lock of the week where I'm hooked on a feeling. Don't hold me to it. Don't take it to any bank. Chris Collinsworth got me a little nervous because I brought this up to him yesterday. When he was going out the door, he's calling Brown Steelers. I asked him about the other NBC game, about how Chase Young is maybe going to get Brady off the spot and get the Buccaneers defense off. And then he starts talking about it's the other matchup I should be looking at, that the Bucs blitzed Aaron Rodgers, and compared to Aaron Rodgers, I mean, Alex Smith is a stationary object. And he's not moving around that well, and the Bucs are going to come blitz him. And, Terry McLaurin came back the week before, and he did catch a touchdown, but he's still not 100%, and the Bucs should kind of take care of business. I feel opposite. If I had to choose an unlockiest lock of the week, I'd choose the Washington football team. Everybody overlooked them on Thanksgiving Day, and then they thought that was just the Cowboys being the Cowboys, and then the Steelers got off to a 3-game losing streak, kick-started by the Washington football team. They're a different team when Alex Smith is quarterbacking. He doesn't make the mistakes. Chase Young is becoming an absolute beast every single snap. You can put 4 sets of hands in the dirt, and that's how Tom Brady can get one and done, just like last year. I'm not saying it's going to happen. That's why it's the unlockiest lock of the week, and it's not a lock by any stretch of the imagination. But if I had to peg an upset for the super wild card weekend, this is it.
Wow.
And I'm a guy who chose the Bucs to win the Super Bowl
Wow.
prior to the season.
Wow.
This would not be good for me in terms of looking right. But when it comes down to it, I don't care. Of course I care. What am I talking about?
All about opt.
I'm
So
gonna have
I'm one
more
of
on.
those sports talk hosts of a show like this, where I'd like to be different, but, I like to be right. And if I'm wrong, as long as I'm entertaining, that's all that matters. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.